Today, we're going to unravel one of the most beautiful and honestly heartbreaking essays from the 19th century, Charles Lamb's Dream Children. Now, on the surface, it looks like a simple, really charming bedtime story. But trust me, underneath that, there's a whole world of personal tragedy, incredible sacrifice, and a deep, lifelong longing. So, let's start piecing this beautiful puzzle together. The essay closes with these lines. These mysterious and just profoundly sad words. They're spoken by the children at the very heart of the story, right as they're fading away. It's an ending that just leaves you with this powerful, kind of hollow sense of loss. And that right there is the big question we're tackling in this explainer. To really get the ending, you have to understand the beginning. You see, the whole essay is a kind of puzzle, and every single piece is a clue to the author's hidden life. So the scene opens on this just idyllic image. The narrator, who calls himself James Elia, is telling stories to his two little kids, Alice and John, and they are completely captivated, just hanging on his every word as he tells them tales about their ancestors. Now, what's really interesting is the subtitle, A Reverie. This is our very first clue that what we're reading, it isn't really a memory. It's a daydream, a fantasy. But, a fantasy of what, exactly? Elia paints this incredibly vivid picture of his family history. He talks about their great-grandmother Field, who took care of this grand old mansion. He tells them about the charming, spirited life of his brother, their Uncle John. It all feels so warm, so real, so full of life. And this is where that beautiful illusion just completely shatters. To understand the dream, we have to meet the dreamer, the author himself, Charles Lamb. And his reality? It was anything but a charming bedtime story. Lamb's life was really defined by this relentless series of tragedies. I mean, just look at this timeline. It shows the incredible weight he was carrying. His own struggles with mental illness, the absolutely horrific death of his mother at his own sister's hand, and then losing both the woman he loved and the brother he adored. For 7 long years, think about that, for 7 years, he pursued a woman named Ann Simmons. But it was never going to work out. She eventually broke his heart, married another man, and that cast a shadow that would honestly follow Lamb for the rest of his life. So here's the crucial point. After his mother's death, Lamb made this immense personal sacrifice. He chose to give up on the idea of marriage and having a family of his own, all so he could become the sole caretaker for his sister, Mary, who struggled with these recurring bouts of mental illness. Okay, so with the tragic reality of Lamb's life fresh in our minds, we can go back to his reverie and, well, we can start to crack the code. Every character, every little memory is actually a reflection of his hidden pain. This right here, this is the key to the entire essay. Each character in the dream is a stand-in for a real person from his life. Elia, the narrator, that's Lamb himself. The children's mother, Alice, that's Ann Simmons, the love he could never marry. Uncle John is his brother, who had recently died. And Bridget, who gets mentioned at the very end, that's his sister Mary, the reason for his sacrifice. So you see, Dream Children isn't some nostalgic memory. It's a powerful, deeply personal fantasy. It is a testament to the life he desperately wanted. A wife, children, a family, but had to give up. It's the yearning of his heart, right there on the page. Now that we understand all this, let's go back to that heartbreaking ending. The dream is about to dissolve, and the reason why, well, now it's just devastatingly clear. When the narrator, Lamb, looks into his daughter's eyes, he sees her mother, his lost love, Ann Simmons. And in that one moment, the whole illusion just breaks. The children tell him the truth. They don't belong to him. The real children of Alice, or rather of Ann, they have another father. They are, as they say, only what might have been. And just like that, the children recede into the distance, becoming nothing more than these mournful features. And poof, Lamb awakens. The perfect family is gone. He isn't a father telling stories. He's just Charles Lamb, all alone in his bachelor armchair, with only his sister by his side. So why does this incredibly sad essay still captivate us so much? It's all because of Lamb's unique genius for finding this profound beauty right in the middle of his own sorrow. Lamb was an absolute master of combining two opposite emotions, humor and pathos. The essay is filled with these witty, charming descriptions of his childhood and the kids' reactions, But running underneath it all is this deep, powerful current of tragedy. It's this mix of charm and sorrow that gives his writing such a powerful human quality. I just love this quote from the critic J.B. Priestley. It perfectly captures how Lamb's art grew directly out of his own pain. He somehow found a way to cultivate something beautiful, this white flower of humor, from the sharp, stinging nettle of his tragic life. Ultimately, that's the real takeaway. The essay is a supreme expression of loneliness, of regret, of a life that was never lived. But by writing it, Lamb shows us that there is a strange and powerful beauty that can be found even in our deepest sadness. And that leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? We all have dreams that didn't come true, paths we didn't take. Lamb transformed his what might have been into timeless art. So the question for us is, how can we find meaning, and maybe even a little bit of beauty, in our own?